Subpart S. Subpart S, testing of flexible ball containers. Purpose of scope of the subpart is certain the testing of flexible ball containers identified in part R 178 through 1035. The requirements testing procedure of the prescribed and subpart of the containment of the flexible ball containers contained with the hazardous material contained with the normal condition transportation test specifically the minimum requirement of each packaging made in the manufacturer's some of the capable of structural successful packaging prescribed in the test for the conformance of requirements 17324 subject to the transportation responsibility of the flexible ball container manufacturer responsible to ensure the flexible ball container is capable of passing prescribed tests stand with a flexible ball container assembly function including the final closure of the performance of the person offered for the hazardous material of the transportation person responsible for performing the function 173.22 through 178.22 with the definition for the purpose of the subpart. Flexible ball container design type of the flexible ball container does not differ from the structural design side of the material of the packaging design qualification type the performance job have the top right tier shackling top left the described in the subpart with each of the different with the flexible ball container design as start production of the packaging and periodic design notification requalification type the performance applicable to test. Specifying paragraph C2 with the section flexible ball container design type that requalified with the containment production frequency paragraph E with the production inspection with the inspector initially conducted with a newly manufactured flexible ball container. Different from flexible ball container, different type of different than previously qualified free box for your flexible ball container design type, structural design, material construction, wall thickness, and manner of construction does not include. Packaging differs in itself with the strip of the joint, but the differs only the lesser external dimension that provide with the material of the construction, material thickness of the fabricated weight, but the same the qualification type of the packaging manufacturer must achieve the successful test design qualification start with the production even the new flexible ball container design type of the application certification mark with the manufacturer constitute certification flexible ball container design type of the half the periodic precise testing tested by the subpart. Periodic design requalification, periodic design requalification conducting with the qualified free flexible ball container design type of the manufacturer maintaining authorization production of flexible ball container manufacturer achieve the successful test of the result of the periodic design requalification sufficient frequency that each of the packaging produced the manufacturer capable of having the design qualification test design qualification test must conduct at least every 24 months. Change the frequency of the design requalification sign with the E1 with the instruction of the authorized approved with the associated administrator. Your test sample the manufacturer must conduct the design qualification periodic test as prescribed in the subpart with the random sample of the package of the numbers of the specified appropriate test specific periodic in addition to the periodic design requalification and testing interval specified in paragraph the E with the associated administrator of the design representative may any time the requirement to demonstrate the compliance manufacturer through the testing in accordance with the subpart to ensure the package with the requirement subpart with the required associated administrator of the same representative of the manufacturer must either conduct performance tests that have to conduct the independent testing facility in accordance with the subpart sample of the flexible ball containers available to associated administrator of the representative of the testing in accordance with the subpart recorded record retention following either the qualification test of the periodic retest of the flexible ball container test report period or test report must contain each of the location of the flexible container each location of the design qualification doesn't show that the flexible container produces at least 2 years there for each location periodic retest of the conducted with the such test successfully performed against the new test report performed in addition the copy of the test report must be maintained with the person certifying with the compliance with this part. The test report must be made available to you with the flexible container representative of the department upon the correct test report minimum must contain the following information: name of the draft of the applicant whether it is appropriate union tab the report identification, date of the test report, manufacturer packaging description, flexible ball container design, dimension, material closure, thickness, including method of the manufacturer. Alright, blowing and molding with any including along with the photograph of the maximum compatible characteristics typically contained with the particle type of the liquid mathematical calculation form to conduct with the document if they apply with the outer the requirement of the description of the result, signature, the name of the signature, 17840, 1040, the preparation flexible ball containing the except the otherwise provided subject with the flexible part with the name of the class, the code with the paragraph of the testing, the test carried out with the same name, but they prepare with the transportation clothes must be installed the proper technique with the material of the transported, replaced with the purpose has material physical property, or inside the cavity, replaced with the material that may be the influence of the result of the required test the corresponding closely, but it's possible that it has the material to be transported permissibly with the additive of the stuff of the bag's lead shot with the tube that required was it total the package of the loft as long as do not add the effective test result. 178 1045 the drop test must be with the conduct with the qualification flexible design type of the periodically specified 1035 the subpart with special preparation of the drop test flexible contained filled with maximum permissible growth. Says method sample of all the flexible cadet ball container design type of the drop of the rigid non-resilient smooth flat horizontal surface of the must be large and immovable during type of the sufficient large enough to ensure the flexible ball container the entire surface of the top test surface must be kept free with the local defect with the capable of influencing testing result on the surface of the preparation flexible container testing the following of the drop of the flexible ball container restore the upright position observation drop with all flexible ball container drop with specifically the packing groups 02, packing group 3, 2.63 drop test for the performance level of the transport with non-hazardous material essential to sample physical criteria of the passing of the test. The bulk container design may not lift the filling of the substance, however, the slightly discharged from the closure of the stitch hole with the impact of the consider a failure flexible container provided no further leakage or cover the container has been restored to upright position. 178, 1050. Top lift test. The general top lift test must be conducted with a crew qualification, reflexible, bulk container design with that be lifted at the top of self preparation, top staff level. Bulk container design with the top to be fitted with the 6 down per maximum permissible gross mass, loading being evenly distributed. Have not flexible container lifted and made with the ways of design and for the clear of the floor, maintained with the position for periodic 5 minutes. And not tested indicate the paragraph C1 of the section flexible bulk container design type of the test valve allow the flexible bulk container 95% of the material represented the product of the shift the suspend with the flexible bulk container lifting device of constant to the downward surface with a special design platen with a platen minimum of 60% and 80% of the cross-sectional surface with the flexible bulk container combination of the mass flexible bulk container with the force applied with the platen must be minimum 6 times the maximum net mass of the flexible bulk container. The test must be conducted with a period of 5 minutes or other equal effective for the top lifting preparation and with the approval of the associated administrator. Criteria for the passing test for the all flexible bulk container design with the lifted with the top of there may be damaged with the flexible bulk container lifting design is rendered with the flexible bulk container and safe for the transport no loose contents. Alright, 178, 1055, stacking test. Generally, the stacking test must cover the qualification flexible bulk container special preparation for the stacking flexible container with delta type that must be low with the maximum permissible growth of the flexible bulk containers must be placed on the base level that have the ground subject with the uniformly distributed superimpose testing low 4 times the design type of the growth rate with the period of the test less than 24, at least 24 hours for all maximum bulk containers must be applied with one of the following methods for bulk flexible bulk container with the same type of load with the maximum permissible growth of the stack with flexible bulk containers calculated superimpose that test loaded weight within for the flat reproduction weight for the flex bulk container with the staff with the flex bulk container. Criteria for the passing staff, there was no deterioration rating with the flex bulk container, no safety transportation, no less content of the after removal of the test load. Top test general, the top test must be completed conducted with qualification from the flexible container design test the special preparation for the top test for the flexible container design with the type field with the maximum permissible gross have the loading with evenly distributed test simple over the flexible bulk container design type with the top of the angle with the part of the top lifting with the side furthers for the drop over the bridge and resilient smooth of the flat horizontals for the test surface of the large enough for the immovable during temptation large enough to ensure the surface of the flex bulk container entirely upon the surface of the test surface must be kept free of local defect capable of influencing test. Top height of all flexible bulk containers, top height for the specified and follow the paragraph of group 2 to 6 feet. Criteria for the passing of the test. Flexible bulk container design with the type with no less than filling of the substance, however, the light with the discharge of the enclosure for the safety that have the impact with the conservative layer of the flexible bulk container. Alright, 178, 1065, rightness. The rightness does must be conducted with the qualification flexible bulk design with the could be lifted at the top of the side preparation for the writing of flexible bulk container time and the filled with not less than 9% of the cast maximum permissible gross weight with load being evenly distributed. System has a same flexible bulk container designs that must be tapped with the flexible bulk container distributed that lie on the side of the NB must lift the speed with at least 1/10 of a millimeter a second upright position of the floor more than the half lifting device. Criteria for the passing for the flexible bulk container design with the amount of damage rendered for the flexible container used unsafe for the transportation and handling. 178 1070 tier test. The tier test must be conducted with the qualification of all the flexible container design types. Special preparation for the tier test of the flexible bulk containers must be filled the maximum permissible growth load and being evenly distributed. Type massive flexible container design with the type must be played with the ground at 11.9 inches, which shall be made at 11.9 inches of cut. Must completely penetrate all layers flexible container of the wall with the wide face be made at 45-degree and principal act flexible bulk container halfway between the bottom of the surface and the top level of the contents. Flexible bulk containers after being cut according to the provisions of 178 1070 C1 with the subject of the uniformly distributed the superimposed less load equivalent to twice the maximum mass of the peak must be applied to less at least 15-minute flexible container with the design lifted with the top of the side of the removal of the superimposed load lifted clear of the must maintain the position period of 15 minutes. Criteria for the passing of the test flexible container design the test cause not spread more than additional 25% of the original strength. And then it goes into appendix 1A and then that concludes your reading of part 178 specifications for packaging.